Good morning, students. In the previous class, we discussed about the root 2, root 3, root 5 or irrationals. Now we are in a stage, we have proved that root 2 is irrational, root 3 is irrational and root 5 irrational, whereas root A, root B also irrationals. Now again, and in the previous class we discussed about the terminating decimals and non-terminating decimals. Now for example, 321 by 50, whether it is terminating decimal or non-terminating decimal, we have to divide the 321 with 50 like this. 321 divided with 50. 56 is 300, 21 and 21 is not sufficient to go 50, and put a decimal here over and 0. So now 210 is sufficient to go for in 50th table. Here students, if after putting the decimal we are eligible to place only 10, suppose here the remainder is 2. So we put the decimal here, we kept 10. 20 is not sufficient to divide with 50. Then we are not eligible to place one more 0 here. Before that we have to put 10 here, then after 10, now 200 will go. Now it is not like that. Now it is 21. So the eligibility of keeping zeros I am discussing. Now it is 21. And then 0, 54 is 200, remainder 10 and one more 0, 2 is 100. So remainder 0. Now it is 6.42 is the terminating decimal. In previous classes like 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, we are doing like this. But now in 10th class, not like this. Without this actual division, we have to find out whether 321 by 50 is terminating or non-terminating. We should not do like this to find particularly they will ask you without actual division. Without actual division, check whether 321 by 50 is terminating or non-terminating. For that, take 50 prime factors. Take the prime factors with the 5 tens again with the 5 2. So our 50 is equal to factorization of 5 into 5 into 2. So it is 5 power 2 into 2 power 1. So the formula is 5 power m into 2 power n or 2 power m into 5 power n. If the denominator is in this 2 power m into 5 power n, then this fraction, whole fraction is a terminating decimal. And then any other number, the denominator is multiplied with any other number, prime number like 7 or into 3 or any other numbers are there, this whole fraction is not terminating. It is non-terminating decimal. Once again repeating you, the denominator should be form of 2m into 2 power m into 5 power n. Suppose if the denominator contains one more factor, either 7 or either 3 or either any other prime number, the whole fraction is non-terminating. This is the way we have to find out without actual division whether it is terminating or non-terminating. For example, 45 by 343. 343 factors of 7 into 7 into 7, 7 cube. So denominator is in the form of 7, 7, 7. It's not in the form of 2 power m into 5 power n. Or if 2 power m is there alone, okay, 5 power n is there alone, it is also okay. To express it is a terminating decimal. but here 7 power 3, so it is non-terminating. Understand? Like this we have to find out the terminating decimals or non-terminating decimals without actual division. Denominator should be in the form of 2 power m into 5 power m. Now students, naturally, like these sums, these are the 1 mark sum. Even board people or whoever the people are there, they will give a twist. Like, what is the twist means? Suppose 441 by 7 into 5 power 2 into 2 power 3. They are asking this fraction is a terminating or non-terminating. Actually, what we express here, 2 power m into 5 power n is there, okay, 2 power m, 5 power n is there, okay, terminating. But 7 is there, I told you earlier. If a prime number more than these factors, 7 is there, it is non-terminating. Now, you people can express this is, sir, it is a non-terminating because you told us 2 power m, 5 power n, but 7 is there. No. After finding, suppose he has given directly prime factors here. So, before going to judge whether it is terminating or non-terminating, see whether this 7 is divide this 441 or not, you have to check. That is the twist. Once again try. 7 1s are, 7 6s are, 7 3s are. So, it is 763 by 5 power 2 into 2 power 3. See, now it is 2 power m into 5 power n. It is terminating. So, before that, before the judgment, what we have to do? Check any other factors other than 2s and 5s. The number is dividing this numerator. If the numerator is divided by the any other factors, cancel it and then show it. This or this both are equal. 441 by 7 into 5 power 2 into 2 power 3 or 63 by 5 power 2 into 2 power 3 equal. So that now it is terminating. This is the twist. For example, 6 by 15. 15 is factors of 5 into 3. So here 5 is there. Again 3 is there. We should not say whether 3 is also there. 6 is divided with 3, it is equal to 2 by 5. Our denominator is only 5. Only 5s or only 2s or both 5 and 2s are there. It is terminating decimal. Another one, if it is not like this 7 cube or any other 3, only multiples of 3, any other prime numbers are, it is non-terminating. Okay. Now we are going to one more topic, that is here about terminating, non-terminating over. Once again I am going back to discuss about the prime numbers and composite numbers. Already as in the previous class we learned about the prime numbers and composite numbers, factors of prime numbers, factors of composite numbers also, like this. Now see, our prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7 and then 11, 13. Composite are 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, so on. So we know composite numbers have more factors, whereas prime numbers have only one and the number itself. Now, product of two prime numbers. Take product of any two prime numbers. See, suppose 5 and 7. This is the product of two prime numbers. Product two prime numbers. 35. So it is composite. So we can say product of any two numbers is a composite number. Product of two numbers. And one more thing. Product of one prime number into one composite number. One prime number, one composite number. So product of one prime number, one composite number is also composite. A very much important statement this is. because we're going to solve so many sums like this on this statement only, on this rule. And product of two composite numbers, always 6 into 8. 48 is a composite number. See, 6 into 8 is a composite number. Product of two composite numbers is equal to composite. Product of any two primes, composite. Product of one composite and one prime, composite. Product of two composite numbers are composite. Now, they will ask you one more question like this. Explain 17 into 11 into 13 plus 17 is a composite number. Composite number. We have to explain. See, given values are 17 into 11 into 13 into 17. Here all are prime numbers only. What we have to do? Here plus is there. Plus before one group, plus after one group. We have to take common. In this 17 is there, here also 17 is there. We can take common 17 and 1 into, because 17 Anika bath here, 17 ones are 17 and 11 into 13. Again same plus, again 17 ones are 17, so you have to write 1 over here. We have taken common, and then inside bracket value, we know BODMAS rule, BODMAS, brackets of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. As per the BODMAS rule, first we have to find the value of in the brackets, that is 17 into 1 into 11, 11, 11 into 13, 143 plus 1, that is equal to, release the brackets, 17 into 144. We know that 17 is a prime number and 144 is a composite number. Product of one prime into one prime and composite number are is, it is here, already we expressed here, 28 here, and here product of one prime and one composite is equal to composite number. Here normally you people will do 7 into 144, you will multiply there, but you will multiply it. Not necessary. We have to express as per the rules. Is it 17 into 144? We have converted this. It is a composite or not? Naturally, it is a composite. Why? Because product of prime number and a composite number. Multiplication and finding the answer, it is unnecessary. Unnecessary, we are doing more. In that unnecessary topics, you may commit mistakes also. Why should we go for that? So, these are all 1 mark questions, students. We should not lose even 1 mark also. Even 1 mark also is essential for us, so that the small topics, real numbers may definitely you will get at least 1 mark questions, two minimum 1 or 2 also they may give in the exams. Okay, and in my next video we are going to prove double sets are irrational and single set plus normal number are irrational. That is the next video class. And then please students, if anybody won't subscribe this channel, please subscribe now our channel, and then a like symbol, and then share it, and then please inform to other people also. And then one more thing, and students, these videos will help you to achieve your goals. Already I told you earlier also. Why? Because so many chapters are there and so many important topics are there, and giving tips also. I am planning my video as per the exam orientation. Basing an exam may which type of sums they will give you, any direct sums or any indirect sums also, from twist sums also. In other chapters also there are so many twist sums are there. For especially NCERT syllabus, basic students, almost I am expressing 70 to 80% maybe in the textbook examples and other sums. 20% may give other sums also. But as far as standard student exam, standard maths, and I think 50% only the sums are they will provide 50 sums, or they will give you in the from the textbook. Other sums where other publications. So in my videos, in my coming videos, I am planning to provide you the other sum publication sums also, which you may not practice in your class also. Some schools they able to practice other publications also, some schools therefore come fall on only textbook also. So that in next video we'll meet again. Till that, goodbye. Thank you.